This is Rhett Dillard here for Members for Members. I'm here with Derek Correa. He's a 22-year employee, UPS. Just had a couple questions I'm going to be asking him.
Great.
Hey, Derek.
How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Great.
Did Joint Council 42 unanimously reject our bid for a re-election?
Yes, they did.
Do you know who's on Joint Council 42?
Our principal officer at Local 542, Jamie Vasquez, is on there. There's a Randy Kamak. There is a Ron Herrera, the principal officer in Los Angeles. And if you see here on this paper here, you can see the rest of the members. Here's their names and their faces.
Okay, who was the chair for the last election that we had in Local 542?
The chair was Ron Herrera from Los Angeles. He actually ran our nomination meeting for 2019.
Now, did he have any rules in place?
Yes, he told us we were to treat everyone with respect that night. Wanted to make sure it was a good meeting, everything was clean and done properly and professionally.
Okay. Now, did Ron, did he help Local 542 with the strike they had at the Otay landfill?
Yes, according to our local, he did. He helped them out a lot. They were on a strike for 45 days, and he did intervene. He has experience in sanitation, so yes, he did.
Okay. Now, did some of the employees there, did they file a labor charge against Local 542?
Yes, they did. Earlier this year, they did.
And how did that go? Did they win that case? They lost that case?
They actually won the case. The results of it, the notice actually is posted on Local 542's website right now. If you guys go look at it, it's there. And it tells you the name of the members who won that labor charge against our local. And it tells you exactly what they feel or how they feel they were violated by the local.
Okay. Now, did Ron Herrera help out Local 542 with negotiations at Republican Services?
Which Republic Services?
Oh, the one in El Centro.
El Centro? No, he did not. Those members are actually under a different contract, so you guys all understand. Republic is not like UPS. They're not under one contract. They all have different contracts. They do the same job, but some get paid less. And in El Centro, unfortunately, they're one of the lowest paid. A lot of the members there told me it was because of the location, because they're close to the border. And they're not really paid a lot at all.
Okay. Now, did you notify Joint Council 42 when you had issues with Paul Sampson?
I did. Paul Sampson threatened me at the workplace back in 2018. I also sent in complaints to our Joint Council, our local, first to our local about the behavior that was existing, unprofessional behavior by Phil Farias, a lot of his postings on social media. I also sent a complaint about Paul Sampson threatening me and asked for some type of resolution.
Okay. Now, did Ron Herrera announce his candidacy for international office?
Yes, he did recently, yes.
Okay. Do you feel like Ron would take us in the right direction for the Teamsters?
Well, with my experience, and again, this is my opinion, the Joint Council, again, 42, oversees our Local 542. So all this behavior that we've been noticing in the last couple of years here at Local 542, we've put in complaints about this. Discriminating remarks by President Phil Farias about African Americans on his social media. It's a really big issue, not to mention I was threatened at the workplace. There was no resolution whatsoever. I had to file a labor charge, which I won in federal court. 4 judges ruled in our favor. And he knew about all this. He actually condones this behavior, and I'm saying he condones this behavior because the day of the nomination meeting, he said we were to treat each other with respect and be professional. Yet he allowed a shop steward from Costco by the name of Ed Swank. He was handing out pamphlets that was defaming my character and the character of a vice president candidate from Costco. This was a big issue. If you're going to allow that to take place at a nomination meeting, I mean, we weren't even nominated yet. So yes, that's defaming character. I don't think that's going to be good moving forward. And the other issue I have is if you're condoning this type of behavior by Phil Farias, discriminating against African Americans, my issue with this is Ron Herrera is in charge of sanitation, okay? This is a big problem for us. So if you're in charge of sanitation, my belief is you should be under one contract like UPS is, but he hasn't done this. He's in charge of sanitation in the district. So he hasn't unified them all, okay? That's a big problem. Especially, if you guys go back into history, Dr. Martin Luther King actually was a part of a strike with the sanitation back in Memphis in 1968. He was a big part of that. And the reason why he got involved was because 2 workers were killed by a truck that was malfunctioned, okay? And the government did nothing about it, actually. They let it go on weeks and weeks. They didn't even respond to it. So that was his way of protesting this. I'm going to have a strike. And that's a big deal. So, again, with all the social injustices today, and we as members here, Local 542, we've stressed the importance of not having this type of behavior, yet Local 542s continue this type of behavior. Joint Council 42 has condoned it. Now they have a part of their joint council, which is by the name of Ron Carrera. He wants to run for international, and that's all fine and good. I don't know him personally. And again, it's just my opinion. And I'm going to quote Dr. Martin Luther King just real quick so you understand what it means to be a leader, okay? We've got to give ourselves to this struggle until the end. That's what he stated back then. Now, we as members, that's what we're doing, but I don't feel that's what Joint Council 42 or our Local 542 is doing. So to answer your question, do I feel he put us or lead us in the right direction in the international to take over Hoffa's retiring? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, and that's just my opinion.
Okay, that's Red Dillard and Derek Correa for members. And don't forget, the local representatives work for us. We pay their salary, and they have a legal obligation to represent us fairly.